Morning everyone. I say morning because I've literally just crawled out of bed. I got back late last night at like 10, and after I unpacked and started the washing and watched Stranger Things, it was too late to do anything. So yes, if anybody else has watched Stranger Things and is up to date completely, feel free to hit out my DMs, because honestly it was a lot. That's such good English. So yes, this might be a quick one because I'm doing this at 7 a.m. To ensure I've got a video up for you guys. It only made sense for me to do it in the order I would have put it in if I was just at home. So this is going to be my last weekly check-in of June, which is, it's insane now that it's July. And there's just so many birthdays and then Christmas, which is gonna be fun for my budget. I've obviously worked out my budget, but I haven't filled it out yet, so I might do a slightly different budget with me for Wednesday, I'm hoping. So maybe I'll write it down with you, maybe I won't. Let me know if you have any suggestions. So yeah, my next video will hopefully be the budget with me, so you can see where my budget lies. And then I've also got my Happy Mail that came. So I've got something from Pinching the Pennies and something from the Aesthetic Budget. Super excited. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna put myself on an Etsy ban, but realistically right now the only things I'm really eyeing up is the I can't even remember their name correctly, so I'm not going to bother trying to say it and slaughter it. I'll just pop it on the screen. But essentially I've seen Miss Budgets use their £1 savings challenge where you get that cute little pouch. I really like the idea. Hopefully I'll be coming to the end of my 50 envelope challenge pretty soon, fingers crossed, so all my additional money won't be going into that anymore. I think I'm just going to focus on my £5, £10, £20 savings challenge, and so I'm gonna want somewhere to put my pounds and my coins and things like that. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna get that next. But yeah, let me stop waffling. So obviously, as a lot of you know, the reason I didn't film anything this weekend was because I went down to London. So I finished work on Thursday, and then went straight to the train station, jumped on a train, hung out with a friend for a day, and then after that I went back to my parents' house, and that Saturday was my sister's hen party, which is really fun. But you'll see I didn't actually spend a lot of money at all. I will explain that when I get to it. And then we got back late last night, about 10 o'clock. So I've quickly read out everything that's come out and let's go through it. What I will say is, obviously, I never know how to fill these out, because basically, obviously with my budget with me and stuff, you see the breakdown of my bills, but I don't necessarily always write my bills as they come out, if that makes sense. Like if I've told you that my bill's coming out here, I don't always write it down. Like let me know down below what works for you guys. But yeah, anyway, so we left on the Saturday when I went to town. I'd like to point out that these shoes hurt so bad. It's my own fault because they're brand new, should have known better. But they rubbed on my ankles, not my ankles, like the backs of my feet. They're super pretty, and apart from the fact they rubbed, I didn't have a problem with them, not with walking in them or anything. I just needed blister plasters and I didn't have any. So now my feet are all cut up, yay. But it's fine, I'm keeping them, I'm gonna wear them in, it's gonna be fine. So following on for that was the 26th, which was the Sunday, and all I had for that was my bill for, it's essentially for InShot, which is the app that I use to edit. Thanks to Budget with M for putting me into that. And then, so another question for you guys. I'm going to count that as a no spend day, because realistically it's budgeted for, it's put in my bank. I haven't physically gone out and spent money, if that makes sense. So I'm absolutely counting that as a no spend day. So I probably should count this as well, right? I'm only not counting it when I've physically bought something online or gone out and got something, heads up. The next day was the 27th, so my chip came out and that was £3.25. My money box also came out and it came out at 2. I always budget for 5 a week in my budget, but for some reason they always reduce it to 2 and I can't be able to keep going in the app and changing it, so whatever. I think with my money box what's going to end up happening is I'm obviously not putting enough in there to reach the full 4,000 a year to get my maximum grand a year in it. So I think in my head I've just come to the acceptance that I'm probably just going to put a large lump sum right at the end of the tax year. So I'm not too mad about whatever amount goes in there now, if that makes sense. But yeah, and then we have my nephew's birthday coming up, so I grabbed him a couple of books. He's really into facts and things like that, so they're all like National Geographic type books. I don't like to buy anything that's not educational personally, but that technically came out of the gift envelope and that was £9 too, mainly because I did have an Amazon voucher that helped out with that. And then the 28th just saw Prime come out, which is £7.99. So counting that as a no spend day. Then on the 29th my Spotify came out. It is £7.99, but it did come out at like £8 or £7 something, I think, because I just had a few, like £1 or so in my PayPal, which always helps. So yes, also note guys, like, because I'm doing this all by myself, I don't like live with my partner or have a partner, so I can't cut down any of my subscriptions. I've looked into it. I can't live without any of them. And then Thursday saw it be payday. Technically if I'm awake, my money comes through kind of around 10 p.m, so I did kind of shuffle things around here, but here is payday. So this was when I was traveling, so you'll see that in my spends. Right, so we're gonna count. So I went to the co-op in the station and grabbed like 2 bags of like chocolate. One was for popping into a gift bag as part of a gift, and one was just to eat. So that's £2.70, which needs, I think the co-op actually has an app, so I need to download that. And then in the station I bought a Costa. I only got a small white hot chocolate because at that point it was that kind of weird day where you don't know if it's like hot, you don't know if it's cold, you don't know if it's gonna rain. It did rain, so I'm glad I went for a hot drink, and that was £3.25. And then that day it cost me £2.60. So when I go to London, I have to take, well, this day shall we say, I took 3 trains, so that came to £2.60, which I don't think is horrific at all. It's really good actually. So I am quite happy with that amount. And yeah, weirdly enough, that is June. Obviously I'll show you the rest of the week, but in terms of our month as a whole, obviously I wanted 800 Insta-humans, didn't quite reach that. We're almost there, but not quite this month, which is absolutely fine. It's just something we'll continue on with. £20 inside hustles, also didn't make that. I've become quite lackluster. I think I spoke about this before, but surveys and stuff are not really my jam at the moment. Like, I'll do things like measure, and I'll do what else do I do? I do My World as well every day, which is quite cool, but I don't do surveys anymore. I don't know if I'm going to, and it's just like a little blip, but we'll see. And then I wanted 15 no spend days, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So not 15. But 10's not that bad. I mean, realistically, it's a third of the whole month, so we could definitely do better. But yeah, we move. So yes, that's where we stand on our month. We're not going to be too hard on ourselves, of course not, because money is like an ever-changing thing, and you never know quite what's going to come up. But anyway, over to July. Obviously, like I said, I haven't set anything else up apart from what's been spent already. I've pulled you in a bit tighter just so it's easier. So on the Friday, it's really hard to pop this out because I don't know which way to do it essentially. But Friday's travel cost me £2.10, and realistically I was just going back home, so I was doing a similar route to how I got there, just slightly different. I think I only took 2 trains. So yeah, it was £2.10 to get back home, and then my dad's phone bill came out, and that was £10. And I don't normally write this, but my £50 for Chip came out. So I have payday put away on for Chip, and obviously it didn't come out today, but it's always weird. It shows up weird on like your Monzo and your bank account. It always almost like another day after that. So they all came out, and then Saturday the only thing that came out was Chip, which was £2.84. Like I said, for my sister's hen we had already pre-ordered and paid, so we didn't necessarily have to pay. And my travel for everything came out on the Monday, which you'll see next week, annoyingly, but I didn't buy anything. It was a really nice place up London called Scarlet Green in Soho. It had a Australian kind of theme because my sister loves Australia. We got 2 courses, a main and like a sweet option, and we also got a bottomless brunch for like 2.5 maybe hours, which was super fun. We'd already, as you would have seen, I'd already budgeted for the hen, and put contributions towards a goodie bag as well for everyone. So everything was pretty much paid for apart from travel. I was planning on meeting up with some friends in London because it was Pride, but walking through London with cut up feet, when it's super busy, with my cousin who was a bit tipsy, just made me she was like, oh, I might go home, and I was like, you know what, not a bad idea. It's too long for me sometimes just to go rumbling around trying to look for people, so I gave that a swerve actually. So I didn't actually spend any more money that Saturday, which is insane to me, because obviously, as you would have seen, I did budget a lot of money for it, but oh, I feel like I want to show you. You'll see. So basically, a teaser for next week is yesterday I did, because I knew that I hadn't spent so much money on my hen budget. It's kind of cheating, and you can absolutely like smack my hand in the comments, but I purchased myself some Crocs because I've been umming and ahhing for a long time about them, and I had £25 worth of ASOS vouchers from Measure and something else, but I can't remember. Oh, I think it was what is it called, Shopix. I got that £5 voucher from there. Yeah, so I realistically only spent £14.99, which I thought was quite good, so I just got it. I did it through Top Cashback, but I'm not sure if it would be showing at any point. So yeah, that is pretty much the end of the week, the end of my waffling. Sorry if you can hear everyone, obviously it's morning and everyone's like awake and alive. But yeah, I hope that's been interesting for you guys, and until I see you next time, bye.